What's going on, everybody? It's Ace here, and we're going to be checking out my fantasy league today. Most of these guys are from my Madden Mobile League, and we had a lot of fun together on there, so we figured we'd start a fantasy league. I believe it was actually Alex's idea. We'll get into his team later, but I just wanted to show you guys the teams that I'm going to be going against in my team. We're going to take a look at everybody's players, and throughout the season I'm going to bring videos updating who's doing the best in the league, who's doing the worst, and we'll check them out as they go on. We'll get into playoffs. It'll be a lot of fun, I hope. So I hope you guys enjoy this series, but before we get started, my Colts were doing pretty bad yesterday in the preseason game against the Eagles, and I don't know if any of y'all care about the Colts, but if your team is struggling in the preseason, I just wanted to bring this to you. The Colts won the Super Bowl in 2006, and here is their preseason. They lost 3 of the 4 games in preseason, and they lost them kind of badly, 30-17. 19-17 wasn't that bad, but then 20-3. So, yeah. And then they went on to win the Super Bowl against the Bears that year. So, I just wanted to check this out too. The 2008 Detroit Lions, if you don't know anything about them, you're about to learn. They went undefeated in the preseason. Look at that, 4-0, 13-10, 27-10, 26-6, and 14-6. And then for the rest of the season, you see a lot of red. They went 0-16 that year, and most of you probably knew that already, but it just goes to show that preseason doesn't matter that much. I really needed that to cheer me up, and maybe you do too if you're a Cowboys fan or someone whose team just lost in the preseason. Anyway, let's get into the teams, guys. We have the East Division here in the West. The East is what I'm in. My team is the San Antonio Spades. I have nothing to do with San Antonio, but it sounded kind of cool, so that's my name. And the East side, as you can see, is overloaded with teams. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 over here, as opposed to the 5 on the other side. So I don't know why it didn't balance out like that. It might have been the league owner right here, Overload. It might have been his mistake. I don't know. It might have just been chance. But let's take a look at his team first. This is Holden. He's our league creator here, and he was a member of the Mad Mobile League, obviously. He has Russell Wilson at quarterback, Marshawn Lynch at running back, who's this, Doug Martin, backup running back, or the other running back, Randall Cobb, Andre Johnson, Greg Olson, Larry Fitzgerald, the Dolphins defense, and Connor Barth. And then he has some backups here. He's got Terrence Williams. That's one that sticks out to me. Pierre Garçon. Not bad. Ryan Tannehill is a backup quarterback. Not bad. Now, I wouldn't recommend starting Russell Wilson and Marshawn Lynch at the same time because I don't know. I don't know why Russell Wilson is so high up on the quarterbacks list of ones to get in fantasy, because he doesn't usually get a lot of passing yards. It's a lot of running from that team, so I don't know. We'll see how he does throughout the season. We're going to move on to Dallas HP23 Bomber. That's Henry. If you ever see him in the comments, he is always active on these videos. He has Cam Newton at quarterback, Eddie Lacy at running back, Mark Ingram at other running back, Mike Evans at wide receiver, Brandon Marshall, Julius Thomas, Michael Floyd, the Bills defense, which is actually going to be pretty good this year, I think. And then he has the best kicker in the game, Steven Gostkowski. I have the second best kicker, just warning you. And then we've got Anquan Bolden here. I think he did an auto pick on this stuff, so we're not even going to get into that. But I believe he is my first opponent, so if you want to take a look at that and compare him to mine in just a second. Here's Alex Knight. He's the one who actually brought up the idea first for a fantasy league. He has Drew Brees, Todd Gurley. Not so sure about Todd Gurley, Alex. You might want to take another look at that. I read in an article the other day that he won't be playing in week 1, but whatever. Alfred Blue here. I don't even know who all he's got going on. Oh, Jeffrey, that guy. I don't. Alshon, is it Alshon? Sorry, I don't really know things. Emmanuel Sanders, Owen Daniels at tight end from Denver. He might be all right since he's got Peyton throwing to him. I don't even know most of your players, Alex. Oh, man. I mean, that could just be my limited football knowledge. But we have the Vikings defense and some kicker from Philly who didn't play too well yesterday, if that's the right one. Le'Veon Bell, not bad. He's suspended for the first few games. Oh, Blunt suspended the first game. All right, he might kick in after a little while and get a little better. Nick Foles at quarterback, but he also has Drew Brees, so he's not hurting at quarterback. That's going to be pretty good. Let's get into the man's team. There's my logo, guys. I have the San Antonio Spades helmet there that I made, and here's what it looks like up closer. And I've shown it to you before. It's got that red backdrop and the Ace Show logo and then the blue face mask. However, I got tired of looking at it, so I made another one after I picked the San Antonio Spades name. So I got that SA on there with the black spade, nothing around it, white helmet, red face mask, cool little blue background I got going on here. So I think I'm going to use that instead. I'll change it later, but I just wanted you guys to check that out because I thought it was kind of cool. I'm always wanting to change uniforms up, so I might change it throughout the season as we go. But let's get into my team. I have Tony Romo at quarterback. By the time I got to picking quarterbacks, there wasn't much left. There was Tony Romo and then just a few guys behind him that really weren't bad because, I don't know, any quarterback can get you some decent points in fantasy. But I have DeMarco Murray because I think with that Philadelphia offensive line, I know they're not the Dallas O-line, but I think they'll still do damage, and I think he'll be able to pick up a lot of yards. Forsett from Baltimore, got T.Y. Hilton, Golden Tate, Travis, is it Kelsey? Sorry, don't watch much Chiefs games, or many Chiefs games. We got Ryan Matthews in the flex. I don't know why I picked him up. That could be a lot better. All right, I'm going to have to take another look at that later. But anyway, we got the Rams defense. I feel like they're going to be solid. And then my man Adam Vinatieri at kicker. And then on the bench here, I got Joe Flacco in case Romo gets hurt this year. And we got the Eagles defense backing us up. Just some other dudes. I have another running back. He might be... I don't really know. I don't know. I'll check that out later. That's not for me to discuss here. But we have Muhammad Al-Said. I hope I pronounced that right. He has Peyton Manning, LaShawn McCoy. He's always in the comments, by the way. Not LaShawn, but Muhammad. LaShawn McCoy, Tevin Coleman, Brandon Cooks, Nelson something, Aguilar. Oh, he's that new guy. Yeah, he's probably going to be all right. He did pretty good yesterday. Rob Gronkowski, Andre Ellington, Panthers defense, and then Caleb whatever from Miami. So, looking pretty solid there. Got DMC here. He just got off of the hurt list, so we'll see what he can do. And he's got Reggie Bush back there too. Jameis Winston. I don't know about Jameis, but whatever. Let's get on to Kenny. He comments sometimes. His name isn't Kenny on here. Some girl's name, I can't remember. But he has Aaron Rodgers. He's got the best QB in the game right now. He's got Randall from Dallas, who might end up being okay. You know, if they don't start DMC, they're going to have that solid line. They can make any team look pretty good, or any running back look pretty good. And then Bishop Sankey from Tennessee. I saw him playing yesterday or the day before, whatever it was. Kelvin Benjamin, Jeremy Maclin, something. I don't know a lot of these names. Charles Johnson, Seahawks defense. Okay, well, he's got the best defense supposedly, and he's got the best quarterback. Not a whole lot in between. He'll probably do all right, though. And hold up, we're getting to the end, guys. Here we go. Nathan, he was in our league for a little while and then left and whatever. Marcus Mariota at quarterback. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I mean that's a real chance you're taking there. He might have auto picked. I don't know. He's got Matt Forte at Chicago for his running back. Then he got Jeremy Hill for his other running back. Jordan Matthews, Deshaun Jackson, Jimmy Graham, Rashad Jennings, Buccaneers defense, and Dan Bailey at kicker. Well, I like your kicker, Nathan. I can't really say much else. Okay, I'm going to move on. This is Carlos's team. Carlos the Baidas. The Baidases. You know what it is. Anyway, he's got Sam Bradford at quarterback, C.J. Anderson at running back, something Murray, another Murray, not the good Murray, at Oakland at running back, OBJ at wide receiver, Hopkins at wide receiver, Delaney Walker tight end, Julian Edelman at flex, and he's got the Ravens D, which is always pretty good, and then a kicker from Atlanta. It's okay. It's okay, Baidases. I don't know how good you're going to do. These last teams here, by the way, are in the West Division, so they're not in mine. And then we have my boy Isaiah. I think that's how you pronounce it. I've never actually said that before. I always just read it, but yeah, I talk to him all the time, and well, I don't talk to him all the time. Anyway, we're in the Mad Mobile League together. He has Matt Ryan at quarterback, Jamal Charles, C.J. Spiller, A.J. Green, Keenan Allen, something Bennett. What, Martalius? Is that how you pronounce that? I can't remember. Chris Ivory, Jets defense, which will be okay, and Steven Hauschka at kicker. His team's looking pretty solid. He might dominate that west side over there. And is that all I got today? I think that's all I have, guys. Sorry for talking so long, but thank you for tuning in to the Ace Show. And I will be back tomorrow, hopefully, with a Topic Tuesday. And then Friday, new Axis Football update coming out, and it's going to be pretty cool. So I will see you then. Until then, whoops, sorry. Y'all have a good one.